What's up, party people? Today, coming back with another episode of Journey to 100K MRR for Review Harvest. Quickly, just review the revenue for August. You see revenue was down like 4K or $3,500-ish last month. I don't really know why. I haven't really looked into it. I know that there was one client that I was paying us a lot more, and I was doing other stuff for him for the longest time, and I kind of was finally like, all right, we're just going to do reviews for them. So I know we lost some revenue there, but I think just the affiliate stuff kind of just goes up and down occasionally because people can just sign up directly to get my snapshot and stuff if they don't want to use HighLevel. So that kind of creates some volatility. But yeah, 63,000 in MRR, this is mainly MRR. The 60,000 in revenue last month. Spent a bunch of money on. I spent like 4K on an agency that I'm no longer working with. I spent like over 10K on continuing education and expenses because like I bought Alex Ramose's $6,000 package. So I had a lot of big expenses. Bought some and did some like annual plans for some softwares that we use. And so only made $13,900 in profit last month, or net operating income. I think last month was like almost 30K, so big difference there. But this includes us. I try and max out my 401k, the 401k through the business and our salaries and all that stuff. But yeah, so not as much profit. Not too concerned about it though, just because I had a lot of those big expenses that I've already cut, or that were just one-time deals. So it is what it is. But just kind of have 4 points I wanted to touch on today. Number one, or 3 points I want to touch on. Number one was just kind of distractions. So like currently I sit at a house that I'm pet sitting for. Why am I doing that? I don't know. It's easy. They pay like $75 to $100 a day. I stay here normally and just let the dogs out. They have a backyard. I like them. They have a nice house. It's good. But I've been doing this for multiple people, and like what happened was Carly and I got a house a couple months ago, and I got really concerned about money, and everybody that we pet sit for lives near where our house is. And I was like, oh, it'd be easy for us to pet sit now. So I just like sent out a text to all my people and booked like 25 dog sitting gigs for the fall. And it's fine when they're on the weekends. It's not a big deal, but it's still a distraction, right? And I kind of just get this like pit in my stomach when I see like somebody pay $99 for Review Harvest, or somebody, we get another payment come through from an affiliate, or just whatever. And it's just like, wow, like I, should just try and grow the business and not try and make an extra $100 a day pet sitting, because it is a distraction ultimately. Like being here, I'm not recording videos as much. I'm not creating more ads for Review Harvest. And so it's just been like kind of a distraction. And so I'm saying no to future gigs, but I haven't really canceled the other ones. And so we'll be done with pet sitting gigs here in a bit. But it's like, why? We took 25 grand out of the business last month. Like why am I pet sitting for an extra $75 a day or $100 a day? It just doesn't make much sense, but I did it because I got stressed about money. And so that's just crazy. So it's a distraction. The other thing is I've been hopping on calls, and I don't know what it is. Some of these people have been local or whatever, but I just offer to do other things because I need them for Review Harvest. Like there was a client that wanted to redo their website, their landing page, whatever, that I'd done for them a long time ago, like 2 years ago. I did it for them, and they wanted to kind of revamp it. And I got on a call with them because I wanted to sign them up on Review Harvest and get them set up and start getting them more reviews. And then they're like really wanted the website, but I knew I can kind of like do the website and get them on reviews, and kind of sold them on that. And so I revamped the website. So I spent, most of the day Saturday in front of the TV watching football, but also working on their website and like revamping landing page. And it took me 10 hours or so, or 6 hours. I don't know exactly how long, but it took me a decent amount of time. And it's like, why did I do that? Like I just need focus on Review Harvest, just focus. And then same thing on Sunday. I hop on a call Sunday, and I'm trying to set somebody up on Review Harvest, and they need like bookings, and they would need like some other automations and stuff. And I told them I'd do it, but like I think we've canceled that because I don't think we're actually going to do that. But it was just like, why am I getting distracted like that? Like that's crazy. So I'm trying to focus, just focus on growing the business. I don't think, like I said, I think the software is hard, and I don't think the play is to do a million different things. The play is just to get really good at the one thing and just keep doing that one thing. So yeah, I've just been distracted, which is frustrated. But the other thing is that Carly and I have been on lots of calls. We kind of cranked the ad spend, just been testing more creative and spending more money, and it just has been working better. Like we've just been getting booked calls for better prices, still like $150 plus a book call or around that range, but they've been pretty good business owners and we've been signing a lot of people up. Also spend a lot of money on ads, but yeah, we had lots of calls. And so right now Carly had like 14 calls yesterday. So many calls to where like I was basically always on call two because her one call would go long because sometimes the sales call turns to an onboarding call and it might take them a while to get onboarded because they don't know the passwords or it's just they're not good on computer or whatever. And so now I'm basically getting on calls all day. So now I don't have time to create more videos or create more ads or or play around with that. And so we've had so many calls, and now it's just been like my immediate thought when we have 16 calls a day between the two of us is like, oh, I need to do a webinar. We need to change something up. We need to I need to try and sell people at scale or whatever. And Carly being, the smart one she's like, what if we just keep doing this for like a month or two before you do anything? And I was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea, right? We're like, so we signed up like 6 people yesterday. And so we added, $500, $600 in recurring revenue to Review Harvest, maybe a little bit more, or a little bit less, depending on if people cancel whatever. But yeah, you're right, Carly. We signed up 6 people yesterday. Let's just keep doing exactly what we're doing, and do it for a month or 2 months before we change anything. And so I don't know why I have that urge. Like when our calendar gets really full, I just have that urge to like change everything. Oh, we need to do a webinar. We need to sell people at scale. We need to like not hop on one-on-one calls. But it's like it's working. Just keep doing it. And so just got to kind of stay the course there. And then last thing I want to talk about is just like big numbers, like just dealing with big numbers. I talk to people who are like doing so much better than me, like making so much more money or whatever, or like on their software business or whatever it is. And they're just like spending a lot more money on ads. Like they're just like comfortable with spending a lot more money. They're like, yeah, we make $100K a month, but we're spending $40, $50K a month on ads. And like, I've been spending, $3 to $6 or $7K a month on ads, not 6 or 7. I normally spend like $3 or $4K a month on ads because I haven't really had like the proof or like kind of the proof of that this could work if I scaled it, right? That it could still be profitable when I scaled it. But even then it's like, just, we've got plenty of money to invest back in ads. We could easily spend 10, 15, 20K a month on ads, and I'm just not. And so, yeah, I think I'm just kind of ready to like, all right, we don't need to take more money out of the business. Like we don't need to take a lot of money out of the business at all. We can just spend more money and just grow, and it's going to be expensive to grow, but that's the beauty about right now. I feel like we have a great product. Like our churn is super low. People stick with us for forever. We get great reviews. People love us. People are getting great results. And so I'm like, yeah, I've got this thing that works well. And the most frustrating thing is when, almost everybody that uses, 99% of people that uses Review Harvest, they love it and they rave about it and they leave a review, and we're doing better about getting them to tell their friends. But it's like, I feel like still nobody knows about it, right? And so it's like, all right, you got this thing that works. If for a while we don't have the most profitable way to push it, maybe it was taking 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months to get our money back, the money we spend on ads, like, so be it for now. We don't need to like maximize for profit or anything like that. Let's just like grow, and we'll optimize and figure out along the way how we can make it more profitable. But so I'm just going to try and get more comfortable with bigger numbers, spending more money on ads, scaling it from $100 a day on ads to, maybe $500 a day. Like right now we're, I think, $275 or something a day on ads. And so, scaling up $500, $600, $700 a day, to grow. And so just trying to get comfortable with those bigger numbers, and, being comfortable, being okay with like not making that much profit. Because the cool thing about, ads and recurring revenue is that since our churn is so low, it's like, yeah, I could spend $20K a month on ads, $20K a month on ads, and like, oh, we don't have a lot of profit. But then, if I wanted to, we could spend $4K a month on ads, and then we have, in theory, we gain $16,000 back in profit every month. And so it's really controllable. Maybe this is the wrong way to look at it, but yeah, so that's just kind of the things I've been thinking about and dealing with. I think really right now, one of my biggest stressors is we've been really busy in our personal life. Like weekends have been really busy. Carly's birthday's coming up. We got family coming to town. We've had family in town. Like the last 5 weekends we've been doing stuff. And like weekends are normally like, I didn't, there was a family thing going on this weekend sort of, and I didn't do it. I didn't go there because I was like, I know I needed to kind of catch up on work stuff on Saturday and Sunday, and I didn't want to have to leave work early on Friday. And so like I didn't do it. And I think, unfortunately, like kind of in the season that we're in, my like everybody knows, like I've said multiple times, like multiple things I'm not willing to sacrifice are, my relationship with Christ and going to church and doing my best to stay firm in that. And then also my family, like those two things I will not sacrifice. And if I have a smaller business or people beat me because of those two things, that is okay. And I have to be okay with that. But it's still always constantly a line and a battle to figure out, because weekends, like when I was really growing and when I was in the beginning, it was just me and I was really grinding. Like it was weekends we work, weekends you work a lot of the day, but Saturday and Sunday. And especially now that we've gotten so many calls, like 15, 16 calls the past 2 days. And on Friday we had like 12 calls. And last week I think we had like 40 or 50 calls total. And so it's like being on all these calls is it means that on the weekends I have to record the ads. On the weekends I have to do the stuff that I can't do on the weekdays because I'm busy. And it's like one thing I was like, hey, well, just do them later at night or do them early in the morning. And like I said, right now I'm like early in the morning, I'm letting dogs out. Late at night, I'm letting dogs out. And it's just like personal life has just gotten jumbled. And so I just need to kind of dial back my commitments on the personal side of life, but obviously not sacrifice the things I'm not willing to sacrifice. And then think about, maybe hiring a sales rep. I don't know why I have such not an adverse reaction, but I just I've always kind of envisioned the business not being some massive organization. And maybe that will change, but I don't want to have to bring on like 5 people for us to scale or one sales. I mean, I think one sales rep right now would probably unlock a lot of my time because they could help Carly, sales and onboarding person. And that would be great. I'm just kind of I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't know why I have such a hesitancy to do that. And so I probably just need to get over that and hire somebody to free up my time as well. But instead of doing that right now, I know if I simplify my personal life, quit committing to other things, then I could do stuff on the weekends that, I would do on the weekdays if there was a sales rep, and we don't have to hire somebody yet. But I think once we get to like 50K, 45, 50K specifically on the Review Harvest side alone, because like I said, that revenue that I just showed is like kind of half affiliate, half Review Harvest stuff. And once I get to 50K alone, then I'll probably get serious about maybe hiring somebody to be a sales rep. It's just like, you got to get legit then, like for the sales stuff. Like right now, Carly's just been on so many calls with me. She's heard me talk about review hours for years. She kind of just by osmosis, she knows a lot about reviews and stuff like that. And she's been learning so fast and doing such a good job. And so, so it's like, okay, well now if we hire somebody on, they need to know reviews, which have an audience, obviously people that know that. And so if you are interested in a sales role, feel free to drop it down below in the comments. And even then I still need to get a script and get some processes in place to kind of standardize it. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what we're up to. Things are good, growing, posting a lot of content. We've been posting a short almost every day across 5 or 6 platforms. We have them scheduled out to November. Probably gonna start posting twice a day, posting 2 or 3 long form videos a week for the Review Harvest side of things. And so definitely scaling the content. The biggest thing I implemented there that has helped me has just been a weekly call with our editors. Every week, get on the same page once a week. It's helped me not be stressed about it, because before that we weren't getting on calls and it's just all there's Slack, and it's I didn't really feel like we were all on the same page, or I just felt some stress. Still, stuff was getting done and they were still doing all the stuff, but it's I didn't feel like we were all on the same page. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Really, I think by the end of the year, if we could get to 80K MRR, 50K on the Review Harvest side, 45, 50K on the Review Harvest side would be amazing. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, if you're interested in learning about how I started this business or anything like that, feel free to sign up my link down below in the description to HighLevel. You'll get an extended 30-day trial. Feel free to check out my other videos. I got so many other videos about how to start this business, how to grow this sort of business, etc. But that is where I'm at, and stressed because, yeah, I feel like if I really want to grow this thing, I need to be working on the weekends, and I haven't really been doing that much on the weekends right now because of other stuff. So what are you going to do? That's all I have. Like the video and subscribe.